My aunt spread lies that I was dangerous, so no one would adopt me. Years later, she asked me to be guardian of her kids. I spent 12 years in foster care because my Aunt Linda told social services I had violent tendencies after my parents died. I was 6 years old. The caseworker wrote it all down, how I supposedly threw tantrums, broke things, scared the other kids. None of it was true. But Linda was my only living relative, and her word carried weight. What I didn't know then was why she did it. My parents had left me a trust fund worth $400,000. As long as I stayed in the system without being adopted, Linda remained my legal guardian, and legal guardians control the money. I bounced between 7 different foster homes. Good families wanted to adopt me, but every time the paperwork started, Linda would call social services with new concerns, said I was getting worse, said I needed more intensive therapy, said adoption would be too much pressure for someone with my issues. The families always backed out. Who wants to adopt a problem child? I grew up alone, watched other kids get adopted while I stayed behind, started believing maybe Linda was right, maybe there was something wrong with me. Then I turned 18. The trust fund transferred to my name automatically. I finally got access to the statements. Linda had drained $380,000 over 12 years. Luxury cars, European vacations, a boat she used twice, private school tuition for her own 2 kids, plus their college funds. She'd been living off my inheritance while I wore donated clothes and shared bedrooms with 3 other foster kids. I took her to court with every receipt, every bank statement, every lie she told social services. The judge's face when he read through the case file, I'll never forget it. He called her actions morally reprehensible and ordered her to pay back every cent plus interest. She couldn't. She'd spent it all. They seized her house, her cars, emptied her accounts. She lost everything. Her husband divorced her 6 months later. Apparently finding out your wife destroyed an orphan's life for money wasn't great for the marriage. I didn't care. I cut all contact, changed my number, moved 3 states away, built my own life, got therapy, met my wife Sarah, had 2 beautiful kids. I thought I'd left Linda and that whole nightmare behind me. Then last month, there was a knock on my door at 9 p.m. Linda stood on my porch looking 20 years older than she should. Her hair was gray, her clothes didn't fit right. She'd been crying. I need to talk to you, she said. I should have slammed the door, but something in her voice stopped me. She told me everything. Her ex-husband had remarried and wanted nothing to do with their kids. She'd lost her job 6 months ago, been evicted from her apartment. Her kids, now 16 and 14, were staying with a friend, but social services was getting involved. She had nowhere else to turn. Your family, she said, and she actually had the nerve to cry. I know I made mistakes, but these kids need you. They need stability. They need someone who understands what it's like to have nobody. The audacity almost knocked me over. This woman, the same woman who called me dangerous, who blocked every adoption, who stole my future, was standing on my doorstep begging me to save hers. I looked past her to the car in my driveway. 2 teenagers sat in the back seat. Even from a distance, I could see the fear in their eyes. They looked exactly how I felt at that age. Lost, scared, waiting to see which adult would fail them next. I thought about saying no. Thought about telling Linda exactly what she deserved to hear. Thought about closing the door and going back to my family, my life, my peace. But those kids didn't choose their mother, just like I didn't choose mine. I'll take them, I said, but you're signing over every parental right, full custody to me. You'll never contact them again. No visits, no calls, no birthday cards. Linda started to argue. Started saying she just needed help getting back on her feet, that she wanted to stay in their lives. I cut her off. Those are my terms. The same terms you gave me. No family, no contact, no second chances. You taught me how this works. She signed the papers yesterday. Her kids call me uncle now. They're scared and angry and confused, but they're safe. Sarah and I are figuring it out. And Linda, I have no idea where she went. But for the first time in 27 years, I don't care.